And we did it. Of course, we lost a lot of guys.
Everybody in the group were looking widely at
well,
individuals were going very.
You can look at, no, I would say you can look at what. That's a good question, yeah. I would say don't be too narrow each one. Each guy will have his own skills. But then the thing I'm going to say, because you're going to bring onto the table certain skills. What's your background? What's your background?
Psychology, international relations.
Okay. Okay, but other people might have biology background, psychology, or, different kind of background. So don't worry about it. Don't feel like, geez, I'm intimidated. The other guy. Bullshit. You got a background to bring to the table. You got a goddamn good background. And so what you want to do, though, is don't allow yourself to go into the trap because you have a certain kind of a background to check out these other ways. Well, that's theirs and that's mine. What you want to, insofar as possible, if you don't understand, make them explain it again. I used to make people, I don't understand you. Tell me one more time. I'm a dumb shit. Till I get it right. In fact, here's a good thing. You raised me to another point that I used to tell people. Let's say I ask a question to you. I say, okay, here's my question, whatever it is. Now, you're going to say, okay, you're going to, in your own mind, try to respond to that question, right? I might look at it and I say, geez, I don't like that response. So now I reform the question, maybe to you or to somebody else. They pump a response back in. I'm not sure I like that response. In other words, I don't seem like I have a good matchup between a question and response. So then I ask somebody else a question. And I keep going through this till finally I say, boy, now I got a matchup. Now let's examine that process. When I ask the first question to you, I get a response. So probably what's going to happen, I may tweak that question a little bit differently. Say, well, maybe I didn't say it right. You might want to say it a different way. Might pump it back to you, or maybe to somebody else. So as you go through, and you go all the way through that thing, so then the question you have to ask yourself, what's the purpose of the question in the first place? Now, having gone through this in my mind, I'm asking a rhetorical question. It's unfair for me to ask you and ask you to draw it out right away. If you haven't thought about it, of course, you may hit it. You may have gone down a similar line of thought. So I'm asking not to embarrass anybody, but as a rhetorical question, because I've gone through these kind of processes. And the whole reason why I say that, what's the purpose of the question, is to find the right question. Because my initial question might have been a dumb goddamn question in terms of a context. So in that context, there are no dumb questions if they lead to the right question. Don't be afraid to ask a dumb question. Those guys that ask the right question right off the bat means they've already gone through this process and they're trying to impress people. Because a lot of these goddamn meetings, everybody's trying to see who's going to be top dog rather than trying to figure out what we're going to do. So don't be afraid to ask that dumb question. Because then you can adjust it until finally you get to the right question.
You're going to stay around?
No, I'm done. I'm sorry I took all your time.
Boy will be here. Want to talk to some,
You can turn it off.